A brief message from your friendly neighborhood editing Jordan. We tend to try to keep things pretty PG-13 around here, but this is an improv podcast. So, who knows what we're going to say. Sometimes we throw in some swearing, some sexual content, and some violence. So, as a general warning, viewer discretion is advised. Also to be noted, the opinions stated about a certain tabletop role-playing game are just that, our opinions. We love the game and we like talking about it. So, any criticisms are really just all in good fun. That being said, wizards, please hire us. All right, with that out of the way, let's get on with the show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Nat One Podcast, aka Nope, because nope, you're not gonna want to hear what we're about to have to say. I'm Pertuset.
I'm Levi.
And I'm Jordan.
Rats.
Man, I'm just so...
Funny as you are, Billiam, we need to figure out what we're going to do about our studio.
No, I said I was... I didn't say funny. I don't know where you're getting that from.
As you are, we need to figure out what we're going to do about our studio.
Our ratings are completely tanking.
Well, you know, I've had a couple ideas in the tank, and you guys have just been refusing to listen to them for a while. I think now might be the time, you know?
You know, I hate to say it, but we're scraping the bottom of the barrel here. We need a hit.
Yeah. I mean, I've got my list back here. I could start pitching some of them right now if you want. I think Jerry also had a couple. Isn't that right, Jerry?
Aaron, that's you.
Staring
Jerry
off into
was
space.
asleep.
Yeah, no, staring off into space as per usual. This is why
we're failing.
You gotta pick up the slack, man. We're executive producers in this company right now. We're in a board meeting right now to figure out how to get our ratings to go back up so we can make money and at the end of the day go home to our loving families and tell them, you know, you don't have to live on a box you don't have to live in a box on the side of the road this week. And you're over here snoozing. Like you don't care at all about your own family's livelihood. Okay, listen to this one. I've got...
Okay.
Oh, give me a second. Wait, okay. So this one, I was listening to a podcast a few weeks ago, and it made me think about this, right? It made me think about this brilliant idea. So it's a crime show. It's a show about crime.
Crime does well.
But get this. Here's I'll just read the title to you first. It's called The Hilarious Misadventures of True Crime versus Real Crime.
There's a very big distinction, so I think it's very important to educate people on this difference.
Oh, no, this isn't educational.
I don't think there is.
No, this is a funny show. This is going to be a comedy.
Let's see where it's going.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a comedy that's about, like, there are these podcasters, right, who are these true crime investigators. And they're doing all this true crime stuff, but it turns out that all this true crime they've been investigating is actually real crime, which is like the ironic, funny twist, because as we all know, those things are completely separate and not in the same sphere at all for any reason whatsoever. Yeah, so it's like a funny, it's like there's an irony to it. There's like a morbid irony to it. But obviously it's going to be a comedy, so it's not actually going to involve like a lot of horrible crimes or anything. It's going to be, you know, things that like petty theft and, you know, maybe some burglaries, no one getting killed or anything, but it's just going to be like this string of, they think they're just doing it to entertain people, right? But then actually they like haphazardly, without them knowing, they manage to start solving these crimes in like a slapstick manner along the way, which results in all of the like, it's like an episodic show, right? So every episode there's a different villain who's just this goofy slapstick criminal who gets foiled by the true crime podcast.
All right.
That's it. That's my idea.
That's not too bad. As my position as a studio executive, though, I do have a few things I'd like to tweak to fund it before I put my money behind it.
Okay.
Instead of it being funny, can we make it a drama?
I don't understand how it could be a drama. You got to explain to me how could in any way we make that dramatic at all?
You
one
pump
of
up the crimes.
one of the podcast members should be affiliated with the drug smuggling ring of some sort, and they've gone in too deep, but they keep trying to go deeper for the sake of their family, and yet they can't get out of the cycle.
And they're trying to hide it from the other podcaster.
Well, no, you see, I think that takes away, though, from their character as a true crime podcaster, because then they'd be doing real crime.
I think it works.
Do
It's a
you?
point of conflict.
Mhm.
I mean, we all just agreed there's a very hard line of separation between those two things.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think I think the market is untapped in a protagonist that deals with drug trade, and I think that could
Yeah.
really,
You
that
don't
is a
think we're going to
focal
have
point
any
of a show.
conflict with the recent, very well received Mending Good?
I don't think there's any problem with that. I don't think there's any problem with the show called Erie, based off of Lake Erie. Nor do I
Yeah,
think there's
no.
a problem with the show Fed that takes place during the raid on. Has that Pedro Pascal guy in it? It's in the
Yeah,
South.
yeah.
I can't remember what the name of the guy is. What's the evil guy that did a bunch of the drug stuff? I can't remember.
Pablo Escobar?
Yeah, that guy. There's that one. Feds or whatever it was called.
Mm-hmm.
People like crime.
People do like crime. That's why they make up all that fake stuff with true crime. They like to hear about it, even when consumed in a non-realistic form.
True. Right. Well, that's one idea. We could put that on the. We could fund that one. I don't think that'd cost too much anyway. Like, what would we do for the cocaine? We would just put some flour in a bag, right? Easy prop making.
Oh no! For my creative vision, it has to be 100% to film. So it's got to be like real.
That might be a little costly, but as long as we don't hire an intimacy coordinator, I think we're fine.
There
Let's
you go.
just not tell the actors. It'll
There
work.
you go.
It's
There you
fine.
go. We'll just tell them it's like placebo
Mhm.
when they're
It's
telling us they're
baby
feeling
aspirin.
something. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
just crazy. You're just really
Mhm.
good at acting.
Figure out who we want to star in that though. Jerry, you got any ideas?
Yeah. All right. So you know what kids love? Kids love wildlife. You know what else kids love? Classic literature. So what we're gonna do is we are going to make this movie entitled Of Meese and Men.
Oh, I
It's
get it.
going
It's
to
like
be-
it's like a play on Of Geese and Men,
Yeah, exactly.
the famous 1970s thriller piece.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna make an entire remake of that, but with mooses or meese.
Mooses?
It's important to me that you
Meese.
know that that's not the plural of moose.
It's meese.
No,
Yes.
meese. Yeah, meese is the plural of
Yes.
moose.
Those are dangerous creatures. Are we sure we want to have those around like kids?
I mean, the first rule
It'll
of
be
show business
fine.
is never to work with moose or children, and I feel like we're breaking both of those rules.
These
But
days,
it's a kids movie.
These days, all the kids are, they're infatuated with that, skibbity Riz and all that stuff. Who's to say, Meese isn't the next big thing, right? They might, I don't know. Aha, Meese.
Maybe this is the time we need to be breaking down our preconceived notions about the film
Exactly, yeah.
industry. Who else is going to do it if not us History Channel executives?
Yeah. And we can make the Meese into like Saturday night cartoon villains.
Mm,
Mhm.
like Rocky and the other guy.
Yeah.
Bullwinkle?
So that the
I don't
children
think
will
that's
know
right.
never to trust Meese
Balboa.
ever in their lives.
True, cautionary
Exactly.
tale. I like
Cautionary
it. I
tale.
like it.
Yeah.
Okay. You didn't answer my first question, so I'll just ask you again, but for this one now. Who's starring in it?
Yes.
That's not a person.
That's a band.
Everyone?
Yeah.
We're just gonna ask blanket Hollywood, ask everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Anyone. Yeah.
So
First-
you're looking for an unknown so we can have like a breakout star.
Exactly. Gotta get the moose.
I was just hoping we could have someone like Nick Cage or something do it. I thought he'd be funny.
Is that a moose?
But you
I
want to
believe
you
he
want to
could
you
be.
want to get an actual moose?
Yeah.
I thought we just use like CGI or something.
No.
I was thinking this
Moose.
was for like how there's always like a character in the kids shows who's like the person who communicates with. I thought that's what we were doing. I didn't think the
Hmm.
moose was gonna be a moose. I thought that was
Why
gonna yeah, I
not?
thought that was gonna be like a CGI thing
Or like a
because
puppet.
because
We've
it's a
got money for a
moose.
puppet.
Because it's a moose, Jaren. It's
Yeah,
a
kids
moose.
love moose.
I but
Do they?
Yes.
you're gonna be the one going on set, making sure everything's looking all right though, because I am not going there.
Yeah, you're bringing
Yeah,
the
sure.
moose.
Yeah, I have a pet moose.
You
Oh,
do?
Yeah.
I smell
feel like
nepotism.
I feel like this explains many things about him that I've known over the years at this point, but
we're just not gonna have a contract on this one. So if anyone gets hurt by the moose, no one's liable.
yeah, and
Sure,
we'll just
sure,
put it
yeah.
down right on the spot.
No, not that.
No,
Oh.
nope.
You don't have a choice.
No
It's gonna
contract.
be like Harambe. People will be mad.
It
Publicity.
still
All
happened.
publicity is good
True.
publicity.
And also
Mhm.
Harambe still happened despite people getting mad. So, if your moose kills a kid, Jaren, I'm gonna shoot it in the head.
Yeah.
In fact, I might just do it anyways. So, does
No.
anyone else have any ideas?
I do. I had a list made up as well. So first, I think we're kind of missing the untapped market of like horror. I think that's not something that we're doing very well right now. And so I had the idea. It's kind of going back into our history roots. It's called Fish and Fish. It's a horror
Mm.
movie.
Okay, explain.
It is going to be the tragic story of a father and son separated across continents and their journey to be reunited. And I can see the opening sequence right now. There's a horrible serial killer that comes and kills this guy's entire family, gravely
Oh.
wounds the kid, kills the mom. She's like splattered all over the wall. And he vows revenge and to protect his kid. And then years down the line, the kid's curious, but he's sheltered. And on his first day of school, bam, he gets kidnapped by the same serial killer.
Ah.
Mm.
Where's the
So,
fish?
yeah,
But they're
why is it?
fish.
Oh, they're fish. Okay, I
They're
was gonna ask if
fish.
it was
Okay.
like a metaphor for something.
Yeah.
No, they're just fish.
No, they just are fish.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
Good idea. Good
That
idea.
seems pretty original. I don't know if I've heard of anything like that before. I think that
No.
could do big numbers.
Yeah. I am wondering though, at the end of season 1, when we start up season 2, first off, where did you think season 1 would end? Do you think on this show?
I'm thinking somewhere in New Zealand.
I meant like about the conflict. Where do you think the conflict will be by the end of season 1?
I think that the father and the son are reunited that way, that we have that wrap up in case we don't get renewed, because that's always an issue.
Yeah.
But we will have introduced new friends and allies that the dad made along the way, and we can just throw another storyline together from one of them. Like, we can give her memory problems or something.
Mm.
Yeah, no,
Not
and then we
really
can bring
explain her
something back up.
backstory.
I'm sure we
Yeah.
can figure something. Really, the main focus is just getting season 1 done, making that good for the people. If they want more after that, I mean, I'm sure they'll love it no matter what we spit out, right?
Well,
That's
and
true.
honestly, if we really need to, I'm sure they'll write fan fiction.
There
We
you
can
go.
just read the fan
There
fiction.
you go.
I
It
was just
writes
thinking-
itself.
That's true. I was thinking, if this really is going to be a breakout hit, we're going to want to make sure that we have our plot covered for a little bit. Now, I was thinking, though, that the best way to capitalize on all this intrigue would be when season 2 starts, season 1 ends, they get reunited. Perhaps the serial killer is still out there. And at the beginning of season 2, the father should be dead, the serial killer should be dead. There should be 3 new characters introduced that are the friends, but also former lovers of the main fish. And it should be a comedy.
And maybe the son just makes an appearance
Nah.
as like a cameo.
Mm-mm.
And then he dies in the first episode.
Nah.
No, that's when if the people like it enough, we inevitably do like a sequel series in 20, 30 years from now.
I'll tell you what, the first season, the second season's first episode could take place at the son's funeral. How's that?
There we
Oh,
go.
that works too. We could
Yeah.
just do that.
The tie-in.
Yeah. People love it when you completely change the tone and plot of the original show in the second season.
I
Yeah.
mean, I know I always have.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
all
some of
that-
the longest running shows, they don't even have the same characters that they started with anymore.
Mm-mm.
It's like season 21 and they've done a whole changeover of the cast. It's not even the
Nope.
same show anymore.
And
Yeah.
plus, all that unresolved, boring stuff about what would happen. I like it when I don't have to think about that at the next season. Like, I
Exactly.
just want the answers told to me.
It
The
makes it
character's
easier.
dead, the character's dead.
I'm done, you know.
Makes it easier. You could just sit down, watch it at the end of the day. You're good to
Yep.
go. Don't need
Yep.
any. You don't need to do any hard critical thinking or anything.
That's a good one. That's a good one. All right. Now, I've been sitting on this one for a while, in grave times here at the History Channel, whenever we needed something to put the butts back in the seats. Now, there's one thing that we at the History Channel haven't really talked on very much other than the stupid documentary or like fake shows that we do, but something we should bring back as a real series. Put some romance back on the screen, huh?
Oh.
Think about some of those Lifetime shows they got where they're like, dating people that are real people, but it's like heavily scripted.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking we could do something like that. Check it out. We got a show, Assured by My Sweetheart. Yeah?
Okay. Okay.
It's a show about people who have either joint bank accounts or have things insured by their sweetheart.
Oh, I thought it was assured.
It is assured, but I figured that would kind of catch people's eyes more than insured. But it's like assured and insured kind of are synonyms anyway, you know?
Mm.
So, romance and intrigue surrounding personal finance.
Yeah. It's talking about the horror stories and the love stories about times where people spent money on their sweetheart.
Okay.
Times where they like bought a car for him and like it made them broke because they bought a car and then they drove off with the car and never came back.
Mm.
But then it's also the stories where they bought a house together and neither of them ran away, but their marriage is loveless now.
I understand the second one. I've never heard of like the first one happening ever. This isn't like some kind of personal tie-in thing that you're doing here. You're not forcing your personal experiences onto our productions, are you?
Oh, you just. I've never even known somebody close enough to buy them a car.
Oh. Oh,
I'm extremely lonely.
Hmm.
So what do you think? We gotta change anything? You think any ideas for the show?
I feel like format wise, we could do it like those shows, the reality shows. You have the real person talking and doing the story, and then you have the reenactment playing as like
Yeah.
cutaways with
Mhm.
actors that look nothing like the people that are telling the story.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you gotta have like people that look attractive, not like these Joe Schmoes you get down at the grocery
Of
store. You know
course.
what I mean?
But we could have the actors heavily drenched in makeup to give the semblance that we're trying to make them look like the people, but we're not really at all trying to make them look like the people
Mm-hmm.
that are involved with the production at all.
Yep. Fingers crossed we get some of them that are like much older than when their story takes place, and then we can just hire any hot guy or woman and it works.
There you go.
Oh, that's the jackpot.
There
Mhm.
you go.
Get a bunch of old people. Like, what else? We probably don't have to pay them. We'll probably just be like, hey, do you want to talk on a camera for 30 minutes?
Yeah, and
They're
they do
sold.
it. They do
Mhm.
it. All those old people that sit out on their porches, they just want to talk to someone. We could just walk up to them and say we're filming a vlog.
Yep.
They
We're
do it.
sitting on money. We don't even have to buy anything except for like actors and like little fake sets.
Yeah.
And honestly, we could probably use the same set for almost everything.
Mhm.
True. Just
I
film it
bet
from
you-
different angles every time. No one would
Mhm.
notice.
Mhm.
Maybe change out a few pieces of furniture.
Yeah.
Yep. I bet if we take some of the old stuff they're done using over at the Curse of Oak Island place, we could probably make do.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But wait. You don't think we're gonna run into any copyright problems with Ashore? You know that game show that they have where they strand people on an island and they try to have them like survive on the island for multiple weeks? Ashore. We're not gonna run into any problems with that, are we?
Let's see.
As long as the
that's-
time slots don't conflict.
That's CBS. Nah, they've always been nice to us. When have they ever had an issue with anybody, huh? It's
Okay.
CBS.
Okay,
They like
okay.
us.
I'm
They
gonna
love us.
trust your judgment on this one, but if the
Yeah.
lawyers come knocking on the door, I'm sending them to your cubicle.
Hey,
As
if the
long as we
lawyers-
use a different font, it's fine.
If
Papyrus.
they come to me, they aren't going home. You know what I mean?
I don't, and I'm not sure if you mean in like a I'll get rid of them kind of way, or in like a referring back to what we just talked about with you being extremely lonely kind of way.
I'll
And-
be happy either way.
Okay, so my next idea, we can talk after work, man, if you want to. My next idea is so this is a completely different direction. This is a mystery. I've concocted a little bit of a mystery, which is similar to crime in a way. Usually a crime has been committed, but it's only one crime and there's a greater narrative. But so, okay, recently I've come across this this method of solving mysteries, right? It's this technique. It's this ultimate technique. It can solve any mystery for you. It's like the ultimate go-to. It's called Hempel's Raven, right? And few people know about this technique. No one knows about this technique. The greater masses will not know about this technique.
Sure, I've never heard of it.
So, the show, I've decided to call it Unraveling Mysteries with Hempel's Raven. And we're gonna basically take like famous, every season is gonna be like an homage to famous murder mystery novels like Agatha Christie and that kind of stuff. And so it's gonna be like broken up with each season being an entirely different story, but the same people enacting different roles within each of those stories, perhaps in some kind of overarching time loop or something. Maybe we can do something crazier with that later down the line. But every single season is going to involve the use of Hempel's Raven in some way. Maybe not even to solve the mystery. Maybe somehow to set up the mystery. I don't know. We got to be creative with it. But I mean, it shouldn't be that hard, right? It's just a very specific method used to solve a very specific set of mysteries that is very, limited in its scope of what it's capable of doing. But I'm sure we can explore every single possibility available to us over several seasons and not, get tired out or run out of ideas rapidly because of that.
Yeah, I like it. It's got some name recognition to it with Hempel's Raven. But who are you gonna have play the Raven?
Jerry, you don't got another pet, do you?
No, just a moose.
I thought you fell asleep there again for a second. Ooh.
His eyes are glassing over.
Well, no, have
No.
you ever seen? Sometimes he sleeps with his eyes open.
I know, it's scary.
Yeah. I don't know. I could go down to the park. You know how some of those like Tic Tac people they'll like train ravens to do stuff by giving them like peanuts and stuff, and then they'll get like a murder of is that crows or ravens? They do it all the time though. I'm sure it'd be really easy. I just take some peanuts, like a bag of peanuts, to the park, and I could get one. He'd be the greatest actor we've ever seen, greatest animal actor on the planet, I bet.
That's not bad. I was thinking though we could get like some washed up celebrity that hasn't done anything in years because nobody likes them anymore. And we could just put them in a raven suit. It'd be pretty funny.
Oh, we could do it like how Cats did it.
Yeah.
With
Paste
the CGI and everything.
paste their face onto a raven body,
I know exactly who to get.
but then have them be anthropomorphic, so they're standing on two legs, like a strange creature, and it could be like a metaphor.
We should get Dan Aykroyd on there.
Ooh,
Yeah.
100%.
Perfect raven person.
Perfect
Although-
raven person.
We still might need birds for like the title sequence intro thing. So if you just want to go down to the park with like a grocery bag and just
Yeah.
go for a couple pigeons, I think that we can just spray paint them real quick, let them
paint 'em.
loose in front of a camera.
Cost
Golden.
effective right there.
Cost effective. Wouldn't have to spend all that time, ingratiating myself with the local raven population. I could just
Just
bag and
Grocery
paint.
bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And then we can do this thing. We can do this thing that like one of my nieces showed me called Vine. We can be like, look at all those chickens.
Oh, the young people would love that, I
They
think.
love that.
I think that would go
They
viral.
love
Yeah,
that.
that would be great. They would that
Oh.
would probably be really funny to them.
The people love it when organizations make reference to popular media.
They do. They really do. It's a shame that
Mhm.
we don't do it as much as we should, really.
Ah.
All right. Well, I think that's another one in the bag.
Yep.
Jaren, you got anything else
Good. This is looking
in your
good.
hat?
Yeah. So, you know how all these like reboots have been doing super well recently,
Yep.
right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why we keep
They
doing
always
them.
have to have they always have to have somebody, some famous person attached to them, right?
Yeah, of
Mhm.
course. How are people going to recognize the shows otherwise?
Got that name power.
So what if we do Blinded by the Hills, a remake of The Hills Have Eyes, starring The Weeknd?
Oh.
I see where you're going with that. I
Who's
like
that?
it.
I feel like that could work.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
I thought I was just kind of going along with it. I didn't want to look stupid.
Does
Does
no
it
one know
like
who
air
this
on
is?
Saturdays and Sundays, or like what's the deal with that?
I don't think we can get that time slot.
Okay.
Jaren, you're not speaking to us
It's-
here, buddy.
it's
This
the
was your
guy.
idea.
It's the guy.
His name is
from Spy Kids?
Weekend. Oh, if we could get the guy from Spy Kids, I think that would be a good poll.
Yeah, no, that would be a good pull for that. He's beautiful eyes, big blue.
For the
Eyes.
blinded, because hills have eyes, he could be the hill eyes.
He could be everyone
Yeah.
else is blind except him, because
Yeah.
that's the big reveal at the end of the show, is he is the hills and he has eyes.
Okay.
Is this another drug show?
No,
Oh,
I think
You
this
asking
one
me
has to
that,
do
or
with
are you asking
hillbillies.
Jaren that?
I'm asking anybody that'll answer.
I don't know. We could make it that. Do
No,
you think that would be?
you
Do you think that would do
could.
good?
It does good ratings.
They do good
Historically.
ratings. People like stuff about drugs.
Thinking like if his name's The Hill, first off, why is he called that? And if he has eyes, like
Ooh, we
first
could
thing
do
I
like a
think of-
crossover with Adult Swim. We could have him be related to the Hill family from King of the Hill.
Yeah.
It could be Bobby.
We just have to talk to Mike Judge on that one. He
Yeah.
is a bit cagey about his property.
Live action sequel,
Mm.
spiritual successor to King of the Hill.
I don't
He's
think
looking
that'll
set
go over
for
very well.
it.
I don't think the guy has been in any other notable projects other than Spy Kids 3.
And so by doing this, we would have a chance to connect The Hills Have Eyes, King of the Hill, and the Spy Kids verses all together and put them in a singular cinematic universe.
That's
and then
hitting
we
three
can do a
demographics.
crossover.
Exactly. We could do
Mhm.
crossovers. We could expand with so many more properties and so many more characters. The people would love it.
Are you guys smelling merchandise?
I'm smelling merchandise.
Absolutely.
Propane tanks, grills,
Paying.
Bear
what?
traps.
bear traps, and giant robot action figures from they did that in Spy Kids 3.
What
We
about
can bring that back.
paper plates with his face on it?
Wait, which person's face?
The guy.
Oh, the guy. Yeah, let's do that.
Mm.
And it can be like a prequel story to Spy Kids 3, because as we all know, the guy unfortunately perishes in
Mhm.
Spy Kids 3 after his daring adventure.
I got
But
a friend that worked on a project once called Zoo Pals. I think we could get him in on this.
All right. That seems like a good one, Jaren. I'm sure that's
Mhm.
still within the ballpark of your original idea, right? We haven't like changed it too much for your liking.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So
You're
let's
just
move
a
on.
producer anyway. We're executive producers.
Yeah.
so.
So next on the list, still kind of going with the horror theme, but now I'm thinking we need a good sitcom to round everything out because we're kind of lacking in the sitcom. And let's be honest, there hasn't been a good one in television for about like 20 years.
No, definitely not. No.
The Waltons was the best one.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking is that we keep with the horror aspect, and this one is called friend with rotten skin. So we're setting it during the zombie apocalypse. And I think we just have like the first episode is just how the zombie apocalypse happens and setting the scene for everything like that. And immediately, two guys, one of them gets bitten, succumbs immediately. But they're buddies. They've been roommates for years. They're best friends. They go through everything together. He can't kill his best friend, even though he's a flesh-eating zombie now. So we follow the hijinks of our soul survivor, who I'm thinking, I don't know if I want Chris Pratt to play the survivor or the zombie. I'm thinking the zombie because that way he doesn't have to talk.
What if we did it like how they did that one movie with Daniel Radcliffe in it, where he was the dead guy? He was a dead body the whole time, and he just did funny things the whole movie. What if we did that, but like we had Chris Pratt be both of them?
That's what I was thinking. We could do it like that Adam Sandler flick, Jack and Jill.
Yeah. He's just both at the same time.
That works. That way we only have to hire a stand-in for the other.
Yeah.
And we don't even have to pay the stand-in.
Exactly.
Interns, that's what they're for.
Exactly.
And I think we could get at least 10 seasons of just continually having this conflict of just the zombie is constantly trying to eat the guy. And maybe they come across more zombies and more survivors at a certain point. Maybe there's a love interest. Hear me out. I'm thinking for the zombie, not the guy.
Yeah, and I think he wants to sleep with his friend's mom.
Yeah, no, I think that could be a good one. That could be funny.
That could
If we
work.
bring that in, we
That's
bring that into
funny.
like a conflict that they have in one episode where like they have to. Yeah, no, that's good. I do have a question though. Are these gonna be like Walking Dead zombies or World War Z zombies?
I'm thinking the really fast rage zombies from 28 Days Later.
Oh yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, all right. Well, so we don't foresee any like issues in the continuity of like how is our funny duo gonna survive that, right? Are they just like really good sprinters or like what's going on?
Oh, I can already see a scene where they're trying to hide somewhere, and then one of them like steps on some glass, and they just go like, "No!"
Oh, I was gonna say like the zombie like farts or something because he's a dead body. So he like,
That's
they
true.
they
Dead
do
bodies
that.
do that.
And so then it could be like, oh, funny, funny fart. People, you never get over fart jokes. They're great.
And that works even better because I'm thinking by season 7, we don't even have to put Chris Pratt's face on the zombie anymore because he's not going to have
rotted.
a face.
It could be rotted off. We could
Yeah.
just do like a prosthetic skeleton mask there. Yeah. No, that I'm thinking that. I'm thinking we're back with that one. I'm thinking we're back.
When you first described that, I was thinking of a friend of mine who has like just absolutely rotten skin, but then I told him to see my local masseuse, and he's doing better these days.
Yeah. Who's your local masseuse?
Huh? Wouldn't you like to know?
Okay. I'm sorry.
Is your masseuse a dermatologist?
I'll let you know. I'll let you know when you start looking bad. You'll know you're looking bad when I tell you my masseuse's name.
That's a very backhanded compliment.
I'm just caring for you.
What is going on with you today,
really
man? You're
concerned.
like all over the. Okay, do you have another idea?
I do. Now this is the only other idea I've been sitting on, but I think this with the other ideas is gonna make the complete package.
Okay. Hit us with it.
Another romance. This one also, I know I'm stepping on the territory a little bit, but it's another one that's a reality show. But unlike the last one where it's like different stories of different people, this is like those highly, highly successful Real Housewife shows. This one's called Praise My Husband. And it's about people that are married to pastors within Protestant churches.
Oh, okay. But are we gonna do what was that one show where like they would switch spouses for like a week and see what it was like to live with it? We could do that, but we could have like
Spouse switch.
Yeah, we could have like atheists come into the pastor's family and then like the very devout pastor wife go into the atheist family. and
Hear
see
me
how
out,
that goes.
Satanists, not just atheists,
Ooh,
Satanists.
we could do
or
that could be like a
Mormons.
thing. That could be like an every
Oh,
episode thing. It's just
you're-
a different group of a different
You're-
religious group.
I feel like you're putting the cart before the horse a little bit. I'm thinking this one's going to be more like a Real Housewives. We need to have a cast of characters that people root for and despise. We need some infighting and drama between them. So I was thinking for this show, it's just going to be a certain cast of people that are all somewhat close to each other and married to pastors and stuff like that. And then, the cat fighting starts. And then maybe down the line we can get like the Real Housewives of Mormon people. You know what I mean?
We could
So
branch out.
It's more like the situation where it's like the one group won't let this one woman bring her potato salad to the picnic because it's like she has bad potato salad, but it's not even bad. They're just mean to her.
Exactly, but they say stuff like, may the Lord bless your potato salad, instead of just like, your potato salad sucks.
Yeah, but sometimes the potato salad does suck though.
It does. I never like it.
I don't care for potato salad.
I feel like potato salad is an affront to God in the first place. But
Yeah, see, there you go. It's her fault for making the potato salad anyways.
And we need
there you go. See, I'm already getting invested. It's a great idea. No,
we gotta go find them.
It's a great idea. No, I 100% agree with you. All right, you've got me. You've got me hooked in.
I'm reeled in.
100%. Okay, well that's how many was that? Was that 8? 8 ideas?
Yeah.
Where's this been like the last month and a half? We've just been dry up until now. What happened?
I think we know the case with Jaren.
Well, yeah. But the rest of us, I don't know. It's like we just started going and then we had all of them.
Well, I mean, if you look around, we're the only 4 left. Everyone else quit.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's kind of why we started the meeting in the first place, wasn't it?
Yeah, because it was a crisis because the owner of the station just completely said, good luck. Our ratings are tanked.
We're
going to be taken off the air.
We have like $50. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they told us they weren't going to be able to pay us our next paychecks.
That's why the lights are off. They stopped paying the electric bill.
Oh, I thought we were just trying to make it like thematic in here.
I mean, I do like the candles. The candles are nice.
The candles are nice.
I think they're overreacting. We still got the Curse of Oak Island going on. That show's going to make us money for years to come.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And also, I think I have one more idea that I think, just to leave it off on a good note as we prepare to pitch some of these things and get them going,
Mm-hmm.
Hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
It's this big upcoming genre, alternate history, right? People love alternate history. They're starting to eat it up. It's this big thing. All the young people love it. I'm going to call it A New Dawn. A New Dawn. And it's about how in the 1970s, the Mujahideen destroyed the Soviet Union.
Yay!
And they enter into a new Cold War with the United States. So now it's like a Mujahideen. And they're the bad guys now. We hate them.
So it's like Man in a High Castle, where you're surmising that there was a historical event that happened, but it didn't really happen, and what might happen if it had, in fact, happened.
If it had happened, yes.
Is this anything like Big Hero 6?
It could be.
I'm in.
That's all I needed to hear. Jaren?
It's all right.
You're playing Baymax.
I hate you so much.
Hey, we hope you enjoyed the episode you just listened to. If you really like our content, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications on YouTube, and look for us on Spotify. If you'd like to see us continuing to do more fun projects in the future, consider supporting us on Patreon. You can find our page linked in the description above all of our other social media links. And finally, if you'd like to keep up with the zany shenanigans of our lives and check out some more skit-based content and things like that, check us out on Twitter and TikTok, links in the description. And hey, thanks!